Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Danielle, and this is the second half of the first video. Sorry about that. So number 8 is actually collecting things, and we are currently actually in Utah looking for dinosaur fossils. I like to collect things, rocks, fossils, anything that I can put stuff in. So containers are bad. I feel really bad for my parents growing up and my husband. So we moved cross country, and after I had my son, I had a bunch of Infamil containers, and I really liked them, and I kept them. I kept all of them, and I put them in a box, and I labeled that box fragile. And when we got to Illinois, he was moving all the boxes off the trailer, and he looked at me and he goes, "What is this?" It says fragile. He's taking really good care of this box, and I just couldn't contain it. I started laughing out loud, and he instantly knew that it was my Infamil containers in this box. It said fragile, and I got the dirtiest look ever. So I'm really sorry about all of the zip ties and containers and boxes, and now it's rocks and dinosaur bones that I've collected over the years. I love pockets, and if my clothes and dresses don't have pockets, I really won't wear them. So number 9. Number 9 is lack of eye contact. I really struggled with this one, even today. Don't like looking people in the eye. I don't know who came up with this rule of being socially acceptable, that when you talk to somebody, you're supposed to look them in the eye. I don't get it. It physically hurts me to look somebody in the eye for an extended period of time. I think it's strange. Oh my gosh, I really struggle with this one. My youngest son has a hard time looking people in the eye as well, and I don't try and correct this with him. I understand why a lot of people on the spectrum have this problem. I can't describe what it does to me, but it physically brings pain to my body when I'm forced to look people into the eye. So number 10 is black and white thinking. What this means is I don't get jokes. They go straight over my head. I'm a very logical thinker. If you don't mean something, why are you going to say it? I have a hard time with that. This way of thinking gets me in the most amount of awkward situations when it comes to socializing with people. I have a very hard time when we're trying to have a conversation about understanding what's going on when they're like, "Oh, they're just joking," or "That's not what that meant." I'm like, "But that's what they said. That's what they literally said," and I don't understand how to interpret it any differently. So 11 would be socially awkward. This one really affects me even to this day. So I am a huge tomboy. I don't fit in with a lot of girls. Most of my friends have always been males, and it's fine. I've always liked it that way. Males are simple. They don't play games, I feel like, so it was a lot easier to just socialize with males. My 2 best friends growing up, I still have them. They're still my best friends. Have them since, like 4th or 5th grade. And we ride quads together. After school, I looked forward to riding quads, and I didn't have a lot of girlfriends who wanted to do that. So growing up was very hard for me, especially trying to talk with the other girls. They wanted to talk about boys, especially getting older into high school. I did make cheerleading team, and I feel the reason I was only on the cheerleading team was to blend in with the other girls. I look like them. I was good at gymnastics, so I would be good at cheerleading, at least I thought. And then maybe if I made the team, I would be accepted, sorry, not acceptable. And that didn't really work out for me. I was actually picked on a little bit more because I didn't want to go to the parties. I didn't want to dress provocative like the other girls were doing. I had an even harder time fitting in because of the social standards, I guess would be the correct word, for the cheerleaders. And that just was very hard. So number 12 is sensory issues. I have sensory issues, including, and again, this is a spectrum, so just because another person on the spectrum has sensory issues, they might not be the same issues that I have. Some of mine are noises. Noises get me. I recently just invested in some earplugs that I can wear out in public, and you can't really tell that that's what they are because, again, people point out these things to me and they're like, why are you wearing them? And I don't want to get into my personal reasons for wanting to wear earplugs out in public. Another thing is food. I'm very, I'm going to use the word picky about my food, and it's because, I don't know, the way it looks to me is different than the texture and then the smell. And seafood is the worst for me. It's not that I don't like seafood, it's the way it tastes is different than the texture, and again, it's a sensory thing, and I just tend to stay away from anything out of the water because of this issue. I can't really remember last time I went to the movies. The movies are just too loud for me. I don't enjoy them because of the lights. They also, I have epilepsy, so the lights induce seizures for me. And I now know this, so I just avoid the movie theaters altogether. Another sensory thing that I just realized was I have a dog and I love her to death. She's my best friend. She goes with me everywhere. But I lived in Chicago and it was so noisy all the time. When it was finally quiet and I would be able to play with her, we were living in a house that didn't have any carpet or any rugs, and her nails, the constantly running around, was driving me insane. And I didn't know that it was physically possible for my love of my life, my best friend, my dog, to bug me in any way. But it was driving me absolutely crazy, and it was to the point where I was finding her a new home. Didn't happen. I kept her because we ended up moving. But it was just, the sensory was so bad. It was ear piercing. It hurt my ears so bad. So these are the 8 through 12 that I missed because, again, we're in Utah and I'm hopefully going to find fossils for the Utah raptor to add to my collection. So if you please leave me a comment with anything you'd like me to go over, any topics you'd like me to try and cover. Again, thank you for the support, and please like and follow. Thanks.